Welcome to this is like a brunch edition of Joe with Joe. So if you don't have Joe, it's all right. As long as you get this hot
That
cup of
mimosa.
Joe.
Get that
It's like a
mimosa.
you know, I don't know, mimosa with Michael. Uh, I don't know.
Mimosa Monday, man. Mimosa Monday.
I'm
I mean,
water.
after this weekend, you might need a mimosa, man, with all the stuff going, all the
Yeah.
stuff
I'm
going on,
hydrated with
man.
Henry. Water with Walter. You know how we doing
Water
it.
Walter, boy.
Chris Rouse in the house with me here. Wow. Where do we begin? I guess we begin
Yeah.
right here. We have breaking news out of Boston. Robert Williams is going to be out at least, they say, maybe about 4 to 6 weeks with a torn meniscus, even maybe longer. Suffered it yesterday against the Timberwolves. Um, wow, Boston 22-3 in their last 25 games. Albert Pujols going back to where it all started, signing a 1-year deal with the Cards.
You mean
And
wait a minute. That 10-year deal with the Angels is over already? Like that feel like an
uh,
eternity ago when he signed that 10-year deal. He already been
And I
through
don't
it.
know if he walked away from it. I don't know how to. He ended up with, didn't he end up with the Dodgers last year, right? So I think that then he
Yeah,
was
something
okay.
like
So
yeah,
I don't know
but
if they. I
but
don't think he was. I think he was released because he wasn't really. He got to a point where he was in a slump. I guess they thought it was
he was
over
old.
for him. Then he got a couple of hits. Where he was at.
But my but what I'm trying to say is like he still played out like 8 years of that deal though. Like he was there
Yeah,
for a good minute. Like he was there
yeah.
for a minute. Like come on,
He got this. He got that. He got the guap about him. You
he
know.
definitely did. I agree with that. I ain't mad at
Um,
his life.
Women's Elite Eight action tonight. UConn, NC State, Michigan, and Louisville. Winners of that will be advancing to the ladies' final four.
What was that first? It was Michigan, Louisville, and who else? Oh, UConn and NC State. That's the one I'm looking
Yes.
forward to.
Stanford
UConn,
beat
NC
Texas
State.
yesterday,
Yeah.
59-50. South Carolina blew out Creighton 80-50. Those two teams, South Carolina and Stanford, already have for the women's final four. And we're here, man. Um, Platinum Blend. Platinum Blend.
You got one.
Um, I don't even know if I have one. There's so much.
Yeah.
I really
Right.
don't
It
have
seemed
a.
like everything was wild, man.
I mean, nothing was award winning,
Yeah.
milestone passing that I can think of right off the head.
All right. Platinum blend in Duke, North Carolina, and Kansas because we gonna get one last Duke, North Carolina game, and platinum blend in Duke and Kansas because I
I
picked them in
guess
my bracket.
you
In
have
my
to give a,
bracket.
you got to give a platinum blend to the kids from St. Peter's, right? No,
Yeah, you
nobody
got
saw
to.
the Peacocks hitting going to the Elite Eight. Uh, they give all the mid majors teams no excuse now. They won 3 games, beat Purdue, beat Kentucky on the way there. You know what I'm saying? Shaheen Holloway definitely gonna be a high coaching candidate now. All the rumors have been pointed at Seton Hall now, being able to pick whatever job he wants in the next year too. So great run by the Peacock. So I guess you can't get those guys. Mess up my
Yeah,
Final Four bracket.
yeah, I agree with you. You got to get them a platinum blend because they ain't beat no slouches neither, man. They wasn't like they
Yeah,
beat no weak like 8 or 9 seeds. They beat like 2 seed hot Kentucky, the best team Painters ever had at Purdue. They sent them home, but they ran into the team I think you don't want to face in March right now, North Carolina Tar Heels.
hey, you better let them know. Tell them again.
The
Yeah,
North
let them know.
Carolina, hey, I said that on the Chris Rouse show last weekend, man. I said it, bro. North Carolina is the team you don't want to see in March because they're hot at the right time. And what did they do? Proved us right. Going on to that Final Four.
Yeah, let's start right there, man. With March Madness, the Final Four being completed yesterday. As he stated, North Carolina ended the run for St. Peter's 69-49. Tar Heels never trailed in that game. Armando Bacot was just all over the boards. Um, just all over the boards.
Beast. Just a beast, man.
Like 20 boards. Yeah, 14 like halftime.
Yeah.
You know, I was driving around through the city at this time, just listening to the game. Like, man, just dominating the whole boards, man. It was wild.
I knew that game was over when North Carolina was up 7-0. I was like, this is over, dude. We now I know that sounds wild to say. How can you decide it
It
that quick?
does.
One, I was doing a game at the time. I was doing the Windy City Bulls game yesterday, so I couldn't really watch it. But so in between like quarters, I was looking in timeouts. I look at the score. I'm like 7-0, 33-13, 53-33. I'm like, oh yeah,
20
this is
and
get
they
them out of
caught
here.
20
Get them
points
out
and
of here.
22 boards yesterday for the whole game. 20 and 22. They just controlled the paint, controlled the tempo, got out in transition like they wanted to and needed to. And you know what? North Carolina's playing some pretty good defense here in this Elite Eight. Nobody has noticed this against the St. Peter's team, which was scoring pretty efficiently even in their half-court sets, and against UCLA in the previous contest. So having some defense to balance out what you already know what they bring to the table offensively, as far as Manic being a real good stretch four, especially when he's making a three. Caleb Love just showed how streaky he can get in the second half against UCLA, and RJ Davis has been like a real good floor leader for them right now at the point guard position. You know what Baycott brings to the table, double machine. Like how they're playing. Like how Duke's playing also though. Can't argue with how Duke's playing. They were stifling against Arkansas. They defense, man. Mark Williams, man. My goodness.
Beast. I love Mark Williams, man. Go up
I
and get
am
it, big man, rim protector. Him versus Baycott for 40
I have
minutes,
been
dude.
telling
I can't wait.
I've been telling all the Duke fans, man, y'all are playing really well, man. I mean, y'all are playing hella well. I mean, been in some tight situations in the last 3 games, really gets tight against Michigan State, get tight with Texas Tech. It started getting, and they didn't really let Arkansas get tight after they got to the 53. They got to 53-48, and they called the time. Coach K called that timeout, and they come back with an 8-0 run. You never really heard from the Hogs again in that game.
Well, you know what the problem
Williams.
was?
Yes.
Well, you know what the problem was? Devils don't play with animals because you notice the Spartans, they gave them a game. The Red Raiders, they gave them a game. But when it came to the Hogs, it's like, no, let's eat. Let's get them up out of here, dog.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know. It was a nickname.
The Spartans and Raiders, they still had some morality. They like, hold on, man. I don't deserve to be here with the Devils. But the Devils like, nah, man, we got to take you down, bro. Take you down.
Villanova, you didn't have Villanova going to the Final Four, did you?
No, but I had them losing in the Elite Eight. So
they won in the Elite Eight because Jermaine Samuels had 16 and 10 on Saturday. Was the player of the region down there in the South. They beat Houston 50-44 in the cat fight. Cougars got rid of one Wildcat. They couldn't get rid of these Wildcats. Yeah, man. Villanova's going to be tough. Heartbreaking injury right there for Moore.
Yes.
The torn Achilles. Averaging just under 15 a game. I mean, he's just a shot maker. I don't know, man. I don't know if they can overcome that against Kansas, man.
All right. Well, let me
wait before we move on to that matchup. You just have to then. I've never seen a team just dominate in an Elite Eight matchup for 1 20-minute half like that. Damn.
Hey,
that damn needed a running clock.
You talking about Kansas or Nova?
I'm talking about the Kansas second half.
When they
took that little hurricane and took that little wind and put that little thing and put that in a box.
Hey, let me tell you something. Hey,
47-15 and a half when you was trailing by 7 at the half?
Yeah, they was down at the break.
McGusty was killing. I was looking like, man, I don't know Bill Self. I don't know Chicago, Charlie Moore.
Charlie Moore.
Looking good in his first half. And in the second half, McCormick just said, F this. I'm going to work. I'm getting every loose ball. I'm hustling.
Christian Brown had that. I thought Christian Brown woke them up because when Miami was winning early in that game, but Brown had that one play right before we did our Bulls game. He had a play. He got into the open floor and he turned the corner and boomed it on somebody in the first half. I thought that was the play that woke Kansas up, and then they got back into it in the second half and sent Miami home, man. You know what I thought was kind of cute. I had a little cute moment after the game. I have a significant other, and she don't watch sports like that, but she just happened to have the TV on when Kansas and Miami was playing. And later when I came home, she was like, I was watching the game earlier. It was somebody with the orange and green U versus Kansas. And I was like, Miami? She's like, I don't know. They just had an orange and green U. I was like, no, it was Miami. And I was like, watch. I bet you it was Miami. I showed her the logo, and she was like, I was like, was it this? She's like, yeah. I was like,
you knew damn well who it was. There wasn't nobody orange and green left playing. You knew who she was talking about. Why would you have to go back and look?
Because she didn't know it was Miami. I knew it was Miami, but she didn't know. So I was like,
women just gonna remember something like that, the color, the pattern. Like, somebody had the red dreadlocks on. He was playing good. That's they're gonna remember. He was getting all the points. That's what they're gonna tell you. So.
It was funny. She was like the orange and green U. I was like, Miami. She was like, I don't know. You would know better than I would. So I went on Twitter, went to the University of Miami basketball page. I was like, was it this logo right here? And she was like, yep. Yeah, it was Miami.
Yeah, she was right. You would know better than she would. Man. She was right. So who you got, man? Villanova, Kansas, man. Wildcats and Jayhawks, Blue Bloods, Jay Wright, Bill Self, Connor Gillespie. Remy Martin's been playing very well, man.
I was gonna pick Kansas anyway.
Blame it on the Remy. Picking Kansas anyway.
I mean, I was picking in my bracket. My bracket was Duke, Kansas anyway, so I'm gonna stick with that. I'm going with Kansas to beat Nova. I did have Nova losing to Illinois in the Elite Eight, so I mean, I guess they kind of. I guess I was kind of right. It just went the other way, but it was like But here's what I say about Villanova. Without Justin Moore, I can't see them getting past Kansas, man. That's one less score. Kansas looked like Miami woke them up. They were like they're ready to make a run at the national title. But on top of that, for Villanova is really battle tested. I think that's why their run to the Final Four has kind of been easy because even throughout the regular season, like Villanova, they had some of the toughest losses earlier in the year. Like they lost to UCLA early in the season. They got dominated by Baylor and probably one of the more dominating defensive performances. But Baylor not around no more. So right. I mean, they're going up against Kansas. And Ochai Agbaji, I think he's the best player in this game. And I think he's going to make the difference. I think Kansas has a lot more size, and I think that's why Kansas is going to win to go see Duke.
Yeah. Probably was leaning toward Kansas with Moore. I saw a very close game with Moore. Without Moore, I mean, that's tough. Yeah. I think the only way Villanova could pull this upset, I think Caleb Daniels probably has to get about 20. And he probably got to get another – they probably had to get 20 from him and probably 20 from Samuels. And Gillespie just can't float around and have 4 and 7 and make big shots. He would have to be a big shot maker all the way through this game. And they got to slow this game down to a crawl also because the 6-man really is Daniels, and now he's going to have to start. So that's about as deep as they want to go. So I think they really had to super slow the game down and try to – if they're going to get an upset against Kansas.
Of these 4 teams, who do you think has had the toughest road to New Orleans? Because if I looked at it, I think it's easily Nova had the easiest.
North Carolina.
And then I was gonna say, honestly, it's North Carolina. It's North
and
Carolina.
UCLA.
It's North Carolina. Beat
2 Final Four teams from last year.
Exactly, it's North Carolina.
Yeah.
And then Kansas.
I know people look at St. Peter's like, we were an A seed. They didn't think we were gonna do what we did to Marquette. We had to to hold off Baylor and then UCLA in back-to-back games. We were ready for Purdue. They weren't ready for St. Peter's.
No disrespect to Nova.
I would say Duke might have had the second toughest. You could argue Duke. You could also argue Duke.
I say Kansas had the second toughest.
You say Kansas
because they beat Providence. They had to beat Providence, who I thought could beat them. That was a tough pick. Miami got blown out, but hell, they had them on the ropes, and Miami looked good all tournament.
Duke was battle tested against Michigan State and Texas Tech. Those are 2 junkyard dog type of teams that when you get in the last 5 or 4 minutes with Muscle and Izzo, it's kind of hard. They asked Gonzaga how hard it can be. And then to beat Arkansas, who beat Gonzaga, was wild. Why? Because they took care of Arkansas too easily?
No, I can't say – no, not that. I can't say Duke because who the hell was on Michigan State this year? Like this was a down year for Michigan.
That's what makes them even more dangerous. Ask Duke how dangerous they were. Gabe Walker and those guys, they had a few people there. Hauser, the transfer from Marquette, grad transfer or whatever, but that made them more dangerous.
What I'm saying is though, for Izzo team, this was one of the more dismissive Michigan State teams we've seen in a few years.
They had the traditional star power, or the traditional first team all Big Ten selection that they usually have on the team wasn't on this Izzo team, you could say.
I almost picked Davidson. That's why I say that.
I
But I
did
almost
pick
picked
Davidson.
Yeah, see, so and then like in Arkansas, honestly could have lost to New Mexico State, barely got past Vermont, but they gave
Hey,
Duke a pretty good
survive
run.
in advance. So
Surviving
it's
advance.
all about.
I agree, but Kansas over Nova, man.
I got Kansas over Nova. And this next game, of course, I'm going to pick North Carolina over Duke. You're going to pick Duke over North Carolina. They split during the regular season. And they didn't play during the ACC tournament because they both got beat by Virginia Tech. You feel like that Duke really wants this game because of what happened with the Coach K situation and Durham and everything. And they also want this game because, hell, it's the Final Four. You know, it's going to be Coach K's last Final Four. You want to lose to North Carolina twice? You want them to beat two of your last
Right.
two losses at Cameron and then on the semifinal stage, first time y'all ever play. In New Orleans on a neutral court for everything. Not everything, but to get to play for everything, it's almost everything. Because you got to play for everything because you don't want this to be Coach K's last farewell. Just lost to him in Durham with everybody there. You know who's going to be at this game? Everybody.
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 I don't care about no other sporting event this week other than the game that's on this damn screen right now. North Carolina versus Duke. Saturday, 7:49 p.m. Central Time. I won't be able to watch it live because we got a Windy City Bulls game, but I'm going to check in. I'm going to check in somehow. But
I bet you are.
North Carolina Duke. I don't care about no other sporting event this week than North Carolina Duke in the Final Four. This is the first time ever these two teams are meeting in the NCAA tournament. And I mean, Armando Bacot, I think Caleb Love damn near might be the most outstanding player of this tournament. If North Carolina could find a way to win it all, man. Like, I mean, the way he played in those first two rounds, I had them losing to Marquette. I had them losing to Baylor. And here they are.
The North Carolina Duke. The North Carolina 3-point shooting right now has been on another level between Davis, Manick, and Love. I mean, it's like the perfect balance for Bacot, and then you put Licky Black on whoever. It's 6'8", versatile defender, whatever. It's been all working out. Even with the guys that come in off the bench and play 1 or 2 minutes, they've still been coming in and doing their job. So just hoping they could pull off a performance of a lifetime. Man, Duke has been rolling. And Chero, Roach driving to the cup. When Williams has just been, man, I'm very going for North Carolina, but I'm leery.
You people on that other sideline.
Even though, look, this is one of those games, like, this is almost like an NFL division matchup that you got to play them in the playoffs, but you already know that you done beat them, but you already know it's the possibility that, damn, I got to play even better than I did in that game to beat them this game. We played a hell of a game that last time. We're going to play even better than that because they playing hella ball right now. They playing zones right now, messing people up with zones in certain moments of the game, and they long as hell. I mean, I'm watching them, man. Griffin at the wing also. Don't forget about Griffin. Griffin has been balling also. A lot of people have been balling. Keel's accepting this 6-man role.
Theo John.
And John, I'm very leery, man. I'm leery.
Hey, Theo John, I thought he helped turn that game against Arkansas in the Sweet 16. Texas Tech in the Sweet 16. Yeah. Then he gave him some minutes, and he was crashing the boards, and he gave him a few runs of the floor. I thought turned that game against Texas Tech around. Hey, you know what? Duke has been Caro. He likely will go top 3. But I just think this is one of those Duke teams that's they're better as a collective. You know what I'm saying? Like with Williams, as good as he is, protecting the rim, to go and get an alley-oop, man, the scoring you get out of Roach, and I think Roach is stepping it up as well, another tournament MOP candidate. I just think Duke all around, they have a lot of talent. The X factor in this game, Armando Bacot versus Mark Williams, man. Whoever wins that battle, that's going to turn the table.
Looking for Armando Bacot and Manick to pull them away when they get him. Look for Bacot to get him in foul trouble. Got to get him in foul trouble. That'll be different when Panchero's at the 5. When he's at the 4, he's just a matchup problem because nobody's got a 4 that big in college basketball, or that skilled, big or that skilled. Really.
Duke, North Carolina, Saturday, the Final Four. I picked Duke in my bracket, but I didn't expect this to be North Carolina. I thought it was going to be Baylor.
Yeah, that's what we do. We surprise people. We're Carolina, man.
Man,
Um,
I hope Michael Jordan is there. I hope Christian Laettner is there. Maybe Jerry Stackhouse and Lee Vanderbilt to come see this. I want all the alum. I want every light blue, dark blue alum ever at this game on Saturday, man. It's
they'll
gonna
be
be an
there.
epic one.
They'll be there.
Coach K's last hurrah, man. It should be a great Final Four. But Duke, Kansas is my national title pick.
Okay, I respect that. I gotta go with that. Bulls, man. Just stopped the losing streak.
Finally.
They beat Cleveland on Saturday, but 98, 94. DeRozan didn't play when they lost to New Orleans by a lot. Gave up
Yeah, they got blown out.
126. They gave up 126 to Milwaukee. Beat the Raptors. They lost to the Suns last week.
That was let me say something real quick about that Raptors win, followed by that Bucks loss. That was really disappointing because I thought they had finally turned the. I thought they had turned the corner with that win against Toronto. I thought that was a really impressive win. They held them to 99, and I don't know if you saw that third quarter. They put the clamps on the Raptors. It was like they had like a 21-8 run in that third quarter to beat Toronto. So I was like, all right, they turned it.
And now,
nope.
And tonight starts a streak of 3 teams that you expect them to beat, right? They're going to be in New York tonight.
The Knicks.
The game is at 6:30. Tomorrow we're going to be in Washington taking on the Wizards. Then Thursday come home for the Clippers before they had that treacherous 3 next week with the Heat, the Bucks, and the Celtics coming in, and the Hornets. We don't know how treacherous the Heat is right now because they're not playing as bad as the Bulls right now, giving up 15-point leads to the Knicks in the fourth quarter and such. But Bucks, Celtics look like they're going to be amongst the contenders to take on the East. And we talked a lot about the Bulls. I think finishing about between 4th or 5th or 6th. No, how do we have the Bulls finishing again? Go ahead.
I had them 4th. I had them 4th, possibly a second round 7-game exit, and I still stand by that. Right now they 5th, so right on par for the course, just 1 spot down.
How comfortable do we feel about them getting out the first round right now? Just how they've been playing and just really, I just know that when the competition level goes up. I mean, after Cleveland, they can handle Cleveland and Toronto. It'd be pretty good against those 2 teams for the most part. But it's like anybody else. Yeah, anybody else over that, it's like, I don't. And the East is still so bunched up. You got the Celtics now who just zoomed to the top.
Took it, snatched it from everybody.
But it's still like super bunched up. It's like you got the 4 top teams are separated by a half a game. You got 2 teams tied for the top spot in Boston and Miami. You got Milwaukee and Philly, each a half a game back.
I'm still picking Warriors Heat. Still picking Warriors Heat till I can't pick it no more.
But as far as the Bulls and them finishing, I think we all had them finishing. I guess where they're at now, they might have overexcited us with what they did in December and the DeRozan heroics and being the top seed. But now has this season has become a marathon, and now 20 games has become 40 games, and 40 games has become 60. And now we look at 70 games. We see them now at 5 games. Meaning in the 5th position and 3.5 games back with a lot of teams in between. So I think it's important for them to sweep this 3-game stretch this week with the Cavs. With the Knicks. They beat the Cavs already, but now you got to beat the Knicks, the Wiz, and the Clips before you get to those tough Eastern games next week where you can really start to try to leapfrog people. And it doesn't look like in the East anybody's going to have anything position solidified. So I guess it's going to be like, do you want to play? Do you want to play the people out and try to get as high a seed as possible? You want to play people to try to get them used to each other? They need more games together or whatever. Or are you going to be trying to get your team rest because it's a seed? You don't care if you 2 or 3. We'll play anybody, and it goes like
that. Let me ask you this: can the Bulls get 7 wins before they lose 2? How you feeling about the Bulls getting 50 wins? Yeah. You almost got to run the table to do that. You almost got to run the table to do that.
You feel like, just looking at it, I feel like 48.
Yeah, they probably get 48.
That'd be good.
Honestly,
that'd be good to get 48.
47, yeah.
That Heat Celtics Bucks game, man, gonna be tough in a row. And the Hornets also coming in here. So that's gonna be tough. It's a tough homestand coming up.
Let me tell you something about Boston though. For the Bulls, I like that matchup. I actually like that matchup for the Bulls because when the Bulls have played them, Boston, they haven't really been able to stop DeRozan. Like it was one
Right.
game earlier this year, DeRozan won that like by itself damn near. He had like 37 points, only missed like 5 shots. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
So he's had some games against Boston, but Boston is the team you don't want to see right now. They're hot at the right time, but
the Williams injury now.
Yep.
As I told you now. So that's gonna add a whole different complexion to them now. How lucky are them that they got at least Tice at the trade deadline? It'd be really out there bad if you hadn't gotten him at the trade deadline. So that's gonna be huge, losing their main shot blocker, their main pick and roller dunker. You know what I'm saying? Of course, when you play in the East against Embiid and Giannis and Bam and all these other bigs, you need somebody that's gonna be able to take up, give us some resistance at the rim. He definitely does that. Boston
Right now,
overall, man. Go ahead.
Right now, the Bulls will see Philly. The thing that scares me the most for the Bulls against Philly is obviously Joel Embiid. If this damn tripod, man, it's obviously Joel Embiid. But for the Bulls, I think they could get away with it against Philly because I don't know if Philly's 3-point shooting is going to travel. So, but the problem is, can the Bulls defend enough?
Yeah,
to make
I mean, yeah.
Like, damn, dude.
I mean,
like when the Bulls score 126 and win, it's cool. When they score 126 and lose, which we've been seeing a lot of, that's where all the problems start to get exposed.
Yeah, I mean, it's really the smallness of the lineup. You know, Pat Williams is back. How you feel about his impact so far? Has it been minimal, to say the least? Did you hear my question?
I did not, because it's damn tripod. What you say?
I was asking about Pat Williams so far since he's come back.
Yeah, I heard you say that. I heard you say
he's coming back. How you feel about him so far?
I mean, you need his body. That's how I feel about that. You need the body, but I feel like he's still. You got to remember, man, this is year 2, so he's still in upside mode. So we still seeing all the upside and what he could be and what he might be, how he can change the Bulls. So that's how I feel about Patrick Williams. But I think he's still coming back from injury. They're just trying to work him back into the rotation. And the Bulls have a lot of injuries. We've known that all year. But hey, man, you got 8 games left. You better figure something out, bro. Got to figure it out. I would like to see the Bulls play more through Vucevic on the offensive end because you got to leave. Even if he is,
if you don't like him on defense, you still got to make sure you're giving somebody. You got to make sure you're giving somebody else a chance to get a 20-25 and put somebody else in foul trouble like they try to put him in foul trouble.
Exactly. You got to still establish him down low because it gives you another element to your offense, especially for this Bulls team that right now might be going into the playoffs without Lonzo Ball. So you're going to need somebody on that inside to help you at least, give you a little bit of an inside-outside game. You need a way to score easy baskets in the playoffs. And that's usually why when you get down to the playoffs, you see teams emphasize smaller lineups, more play in the paint, more half-court basketball. Because you're going to see that same team at least 4 games. They know what you're trying to run. You got to find ways to get easy baskets. That's DeMar DeRozan for the Bulls. Who's going to be the other means of scoring for the Bulls?
It's a great question. Another great question. You mentioned the playoffs. It's a team right now that usually has championship aspirations. You know what they say about the king? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Right now, that head is being stumped at by everybody. Last night, it was the Pelicans picking at their crown, coming back from a 23-point second quarter, 20-point halftime deficit. Despite LeBron James' 39 points, they come back and get the win, 116-108. Now, the Lakers are now 10th in the West. No.
I think the
Pelicans just passed them for 9th, I think, in this game.
They did. Right. Look at the screen.
And the Spurs are right behind. The Spurs are right behind at 30 and 44. LeBron James, in the 4 wins they've had since the All-Star break, LeBron has averaged 45 points a game. He has to get 40. I mean, and some of them, they had to go to overtime to beat the Rockets and stuff like that. I mean, he turned his ankle very badly in the first quarter. Came back, made 6 threes in the first quarter. You see how he's making 35 footers.
I know. Oh, I know.
Making it rain.
Hey, I've been telling y'all for the last 3 years, respect LeBron, man.
He's
I
always
told y'all.
now. Then all of a sudden, but the defense. Man. The problem is the competition. I respect. Did you see the defense on the second half? One word: optional.
Man,
optional.
Hey, but I feel like you can say that about the league. I feel like you can say that about the league as a whole, though.
It's so bad though when you in the like LeBron said after the game, he said he expected a playoff type atmosphere. You know, he's expecting this, but a lot of the guys on this team, haven't been through the playoffs. Wow. Who's to say? I mean, who's to say what LeBron does next year at the age of 38, going into 39 or whatever? Who's to say? And
he got his title already.
And is that just it now? He's got his title already? I mean, should it just be? I mean, I don't know.
He want to play with Bronny. He want to play with Bronny, man.
Does he force a trade to Oklahoma? Does he force a trade to the Thunder? Or are the Lakers just that bad? They're gonna be in a lottery position to get him. I mean, what does he want to do here?
I don't know, dude. The Lakers, they'll be lucky to make the play in at this point, man. I think that's all we're going to see, man. I had the Lakers going in maybe as an AC and get bounced against Phoenix. Do you really want that, Lakers? Like, at this point in the season, what is there left for the Lakers, man? This season, this is a bad year. This is just a bad Laker year, man. And honestly, the problem is the expectations. It's just the expectations of adding adding Russell Westbrook to LeBron and Anthony Davis. But I think we all kind of knew coming into this season, this roster wasn't built the right way. This wasn't a properly built roster. They have a lot of talent, but in terms of like chemistry and complementary players, not the best build.
We didn't. But we didn't think it would be this bad, right? When you say bad,
I picked them to win the West.
If you would have said bad right now, if you would have said bad right now, and they was like the 5th or the 6th seed, you'd be like, they played terrible. But you can still always see hope because it's LeBron in the series. You don't see nothing here. There's no light at the end of this tunnel. There's no light. The lights is off. Turn off the lights. Light a candle.
That light is flickering because they might miss the play-in the way it's looking with San Antonio.
Yeah,
like damn,
definitely.
Dude.
Have you seen their schedule coming up? Brutal.
I have not.
Oh my God! Let me read it off to you, man, because it's really brutal. They play Dallas tomorrow.
44 losses.
Then after that, that's on the road. Then they play at Utah.
45.
Then they play these Pelicans again at home.
They'll get that. 32.
Then at home they host the Nuggets.
33.
Then on the road against the Suns. On the road against your favorite team, the Warriors. They always have trouble with the Thunder. They can never beat the Thunder. They host the Thunder in the next to last game. Then they end the season on the road in Mile High with the Nuggets. I mean, I don't know, man.
So are you telling me that game against Denver could be a play-in?
It could be their lives could be on the line. Your flights on the line. It definitely could. It definitely could. Like that. It definitely could. It definitely will be the way it's looking. It's like, can it be? No, it will be. I mean, there's no doubt it will be on the line.
I was saying it could be like that year when it was like Denver versus Minnesota on the last night of the season. Except only the Lakers are the team with something to play for.
Now, I had to make me flip and look at the San Antonio schedule. San Antonio tonight plays the Rockets. The next game after that would be the Grizzlies. Then they got the Trailblazers. They got the Trailblazers 2 games in a row. 2 games in a row in San Antonio. I guess from that COVID makeup or something. Then they get the Nuggets, huh?
At the bottom of the screen, when we get to Houston Rockets, what does this say after their record? It's coming up. You see, you got Portland. You got Portland 27-47. Mm-hmm. You said the Lakers got OKC. What does it say after Houston's name coming up?
I'm gonna let you know. You must be doing this for Justin's sake.
No, I'm just saying like it's an easier route.
The record? That was definitely easy.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's an easier route because Houston's eliminated. Houston and OKC are eliminated.
I mean, some of those teams that are not eliminated are still easy routes. 20-55.
20-55, Houston Rockets.
See, they get the Nuggets after those 2 games against the Trailblazers. Then they get the Timberwolves. Then they get the Warriors and the Spurs. They get the Mavericks to end it. So I want to see Like, what would the Warriors be doing with their team at that time as far as playoffs? What would the Timberwolves be doing with their team as far as can they move up and down?
I don't care what happens as long as we get some variant of Warriors, Grizzlies, Suns in the Western Conference Finals.
Warriors, Grizzlies, Suns?
Any variant of them three teams in the Western Conference Finals. That's all I want to see.
Okay.
Any one of them damn series would be pretty good. So I'm with that.
Definitely gonna be exciting, especially if John Moran is back. They say he will be back right around that time. So yeah, man, definitely be looking forward to see that.
John Moran don't do nothing but rehab and tweet.
Rehab and tweet.
Rehab and tweet. That man be tweeting
every
day.
That keep you out of trouble. You can't drive if you're always on the phone tweeting. You can't Twitter and drive. So that's a good thing to stay out of trouble.
Yo, that man John Moran don't do nothing but tweet.
Something to stay out of trouble with, man. Keep you out of trouble. The NFL continues to take over everybody else's damn season. How is the NFL off season this year just decided, you know what? We're making this a sports eclipse. We're just going to cover up all the major sports with something every week. We're going to cover up March Madness. We're going to cover up the NBA races. We're going to cover up the MLB. We covering everything up and we ain't even playing. Somebody else has moved.
I'm sure the diehard football fans it's about damn time our off season is this important.
Wow. I guess you find out how important it is when you get to them Sundays in September and October, right? Or either that. Yeah. It's all these people will have a lot of expectations. So there's gonna be a lot of disappointment because everybody will have a lot of expectations.
That's the problem with Bulls and Lakers fans. We had a lot of expectations.
Think about the Miami Dolphins, man. The Miami Dolphins have acquired Tyreek Hill from the Kansas City Chiefs. They give him the richest contract for a wide receiver in NFL history, $120 million, 4 years. Like 72 of that guaranteed.
And then they gave him 6 picks.
They have acquired Tyreek Hill, Cedric Wilson, and Raheem Mostert and Teron Armstead here in the offseason.
They got former Bears. They got 2 former Bears.
They've given 2 all the weapons. Man, you imagine Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill?
I'm sorry. Not Cedric Wilson. I'm thinking about Marquise Wilson.
Yeah. This is going to be tough. That's going to be tough. And,
I agree.
And, I mean, wow. All I can say is, man, I'm almost.
So you trying to tell me Miami going to go get weapons once Tom Brady lead the division?
Oh, yeah. Best time. I mean, what was all these moves when Brian Flores was there? Stephen Ross got to say, I wasn't tanking. Look, watch this. I got to show him I ain't tanking. I'm banking. He's spending that dough. Spending that guap.
I mean, hell, the division is a damn toss-up, dude. You better go make a run for that damn NCAA. That division is a damn toss-up.
They could take it. They could take it from Buffalo now.
Hell yeah,
they can take it from Buffalo
with Tyreek Hill and Tua and hell yeah, man. I mean, you need some defensive help, but you got to play. But you got to actually play 60 minutes of football. But I think Miami can take it this year. Also, I thought Miami was going to take it last year. It was just Tua got hurt. And once Tua got hurt, you can forget it because Buffalo was better in New England. Even though Buffalo was better, New England still damn near won it from them. So, you know what I'm saying? I think Miami can take it.
Let's see if Tua could take a next step, I guess, with a new coach and everything. Daniel. So, we're seeing if he's going to be ready to take that next step. We're going to get some of that Ram. What's the coach? That's McDaniel, right?
Raiders got Josh McDaniels. So who's the
Raiders?
Mike McDaniel. There we go.
Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait a minute, 2 of them? 2 McDaniels? Yeah.
So I guess bringing some of that was that San Francisco offense.
Okay.
Probably a little bit of that running game.
Go Tua.
Some hell of a weapons to throw to that can just break away. You talk about a Waddle on the hill.
Hey, man.
Cedric Wilson had some big games for us as a Cowboy last year, so I know his work. So, man,
remember a few years ago? Remember a few years ago when the Dolphins were bad and they were talking about tank for Tua? This is why you tank for Tua, to bring in Tyreek Hill and Cedric Wilson, and there's no Tom Brady. Go make a run for that AFC.
Hey, whenever the formula right now, if you're in the NFL, you got that rookie contract, spend it up on other positions. Load up.
Get that AFC East, man. Get that AFC East, Miami.
Load
I believe in you. What you think
Now,
about Hard Knocks defense, Detroit Lions this year? I know that's what I thought when I saw that. I was like, why? Like
it'll
Hard Knocks
be
Detroit Lions. Why I
now.
can't just watch their
Now,
games?
now,
I can't just watch the games.
I've never watched Hard Knocks in my life. The Cowboys
Me
been on there
neither.
like numerous times.
Me neither.
I never
Never
watched
seen
them when they be on the Hard Knocks. I would probably watch Detroit on Hard Knocks just to see what the hell Dan Campbell gonna say. Just to see what the hell he gonna say on the day to day. What would he say to like a 7th-round draft pick trying to make the team or something? You got to go out there and hit him like that. I don't know. Just
you gotta bite his foot. You gotta bite his foot. You gotta get that pinky toe. And when you get that pinky toe, you punt it back at his face, and then you punch him in the face with his
they replayed that sound bite. They replayed that sound bite this morning when they gave up that news, and it was just like, come on, man. Come on, man. About how they was gonna bite people in the kneecaps. You're like, man, they got nail kneecap like 15 times out of 17 or whatever time it was.
He got one win, dog. He
barely
got that one win.
Y'all lost like 14 fights. They had a draw and one other 2.
Right. Like, man, y'all barely got a win, dude.
You gotta try a different approach.
I like Dan Campbell, man, because his post-game press conferences are fun, but I don't think they'll be as fun if they start winning, though. It won't be as entertaining. Like, he'd be we executed. We executed. We got the win. You get ready for next week. We gonna start doing that, and I don't like that.
Hard Knocks in Detroit. I mean, I guess, give everybody a chance. But speaking of give everybody a chance, Deshaun Watson is in Cleveland now. He upgraded from Baker Mayfield to Deshaun Watson, who we still don't know his availability, and I don't know if he's gonna be starting off right on OTAs with him and everything. Yeah. Did you see the press conference?
I did not, but I
didn't either. Did you hear some of it?
He had an answer. I heard he had an answer to like some of his cases or whatever, but I didn't see the answer. I just know I saw the post basically.
So Deshaun Watson in, Baker Mayfield out. Lost Odell Beckham Jr. last year during the season. Travis Landry out. Mari Cooper in. Still got Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. Still got most of the line there. They let Ted of the center go. Is this their division now? Do they just go from, man, you talk about quarterback divisions. I mean, damn.
Is this their division?
John Watson? Yeah,
man.
Is
this their division? The Browns division? Man,
could it be?
No.
Could it be?
Hell no, man. Lamar Jackson is still in his division.
Lamar
Jackson is still in his division.
Joe
Burrow is still in his division. Pittsburgh as a team is still a good team.
But you don't want to say Mitch. Come on, you don't want to say Mitchell. Come on, say it. Come on.
Mitch. You don't know what you're going to get yet, bro. You don't know what you're going to get out of him yet. But Pittsburgh as a team with like Najee Harris and those receivers and a solid, not the steel curtain anymore, but the terrible towel waving defense.
Say was a steel wool curtain?
No,
what kind of curtain is it?
I don't even know if it's a curtain anymore, but But the Steelers defense is solid. So I mean it's a pretty good Pittsburgh team who will be in games because of defense. So I mean I can't just because you add Deshaun Watson, I can't make you better than Baltimore who had people out with ACLs last year and Cincinnati who just won the damn whole AFC. So it's like, come on, man. Cleveland is probably third only because I don't know what the hell Trubisky gonna do next year. Like seriously. And by the way, Steelers fans, that is no shade. Like if anybody know what it's like to have Trubisky as their quarterback, it's this guy. Okay. It's this guy, bro.
How does it feel?
Hey man, when he's good, it's great. When he's bad, damn is it bad.
Just think about the faces of that draft now. Going to be the faces of one of the most fiercest NFL rivalries: Watson and the Browns, Trubisky and the Steelers. Just take that into an account.
And we're gonna be part of these shots all season long. Well, the Bears could have had both of these guys, and you could have had Watson, but they went with Trubisky. Especially if Watson throw for like 450 and Trubisky throw like 4 picks for 100 yards or something like that.
Oh boy,
they're gonna bring it back to us somehow. They're gonna find how they bring it back to us.
He's only in the league because the Bears picked him this high.
The Bears picked number 2.
Nobody else had a rank to be higher than 24th in the draft, and they picked him second. And traded a boatload of picks. They mortgaged their whole future on him. You mortgaged your future on him.
We kind of glossed over this. What about Kansas City, man?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, they traded Hill, but like, what? End of an era in Kansas City?
No.
You don't think so? I
I
don't
mean,
think so
no.
either.
I don't think so either. I mean, you got to think about the money. What have we been talking about? Quarterbacks on the rookie contracts. You spending up on other positions. They've already showed Patrick Mahomes $450 million. And I mean, damn, you can't have him get 45. You can't have Tyreek Hill get 30, and then you got 75 of like 100-something salary cap on 2 players, and you got to pay the other 51 people. I mean, it's just this ain't gonna work. It doesn't work. You can't economize it. You can't make it work. So with Juju Smith,
dynamic.
Yeah, oh, definitely. He's a dynamic playmaker. So I think they can still win in different ways with the. So they got multiple name people. They got Smith Schuster. They got Valdez Scantling.
They did do that. The hyphen squad team hyphen over here.
So Smith Schuster, of course, they're gonna have an inside guy, probably a possession guy, no physical guy that can go across the middle and get the tough third down catches or whatever. Valdez Scantling, he'll be able to get down, stretch the field, speed guy. Still got McCall Hardman. And you got 4 of the first 62 picks. I mean, you can't gloss over that. Look, man, them picks is a lot. You can use that to get somebody else that you want that you might not even lose on the trade market. You know what I'm saying? If it's really going to put your team over the top, or you can just use it to draft and develop. But you got to trust that Andy Reid and them have been doing. A lot of the players they done hit on in the last couple of years. We talk about McCall Hardman and others been like second-round picks. So I guess they trust their process as having gold with those 4 picks.
I think this is a proper retool. You know how we talk about rebuild versus retool?
Retool, yeah.
We are witnessing a proper retooling where, okay, we traded Tyreek Hill, but we
lost one person.
We got
Travis
Juju
Kelce.
Smith-Schuster.
We didn't even mention.
They lost Kelce?
Yeah. I said, no, you still got Kelce that we didn't even mention.
Kelce. You add Juju Smith-Schuster. You add Valdez Scantling. These ain't no slouch receivers neither, dog. Like, Juju was number 1 in Pittsburgh. So it's like, so it's like Kansas City, this is a proper retooling, man. I think it's a different dynamic because Tyreek Hill with that offense, like, damn, dude, you can put him as a return man. You can run him in the backfield. You can have him as a wideout. He was cooking people off the line. He had one game I lost in fantasy a few years ago because he had like 238 yards. Like, come on, man. So it's a retool for Kansas City, but I don't think it's the end of the era because look at the talent they brought back in return.
Yeah, offensive line also at Kansas City still very good and bolstered. You know what they do with the running game with Evans-Hilaire and Williams.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's the end of the era. I mean, it's going to be hard as hell just because of the upgrades between the other teams, between what Denver and LA and what the Raiders have done. That's going to make it probably tougher more than just losing Tyreek Hill.
Those 2 divisions, the AFC North and the AFC West, should be hella fun all season long, all year long. I know we talked about that last week, but still, it should be fun as hell all season long.
All the talent seemed like it went to just those 2 divisions over there.
Well, we go from probably the 2 best divisions to like one of the worst.
For the 3rd straight year, the Indianapolis Colts will have a different starting quarterback. The year before last, it was Phillip Rivers, who led them to a first round. To a playoff berth in the first round exit against Buffalo. Last year was Carson Wentz. You know about those struggles toward the end of the season, losing those last 2 games to the Raiders and the Jaguars, and then being traded to the nation's capital, to the Commanders. So now, just don't you like that name? You hate it.
Right? I like the name. It's cool. I mean, it's better than football team. It's better than football. Commanders, I ain't gonna lie to you. Commanders and Guardians sound like generic names on Madden.
Hey, I was just thinking, they just named their team a noun. They just made their team a noun. Football team. Team is a noun, right? Just talking about in English. They just put down name these words. Team is just a noun. They just named them a noun. They named them a Washington team.
Watch the football team.
Football is an adjective. Washington is an adjective. Describe what they at. Football describe what they doing, and then just team. That's how it was. It's a noun. It's a dumb sentence.
I like Commanders and Guardians better than I like football and baseball team. I like it better than like just teams. The Chicago football team.
Sounds like what somebody would say if they didn't watch sports. Hey, the football team in Washington.
Hey, like I said earlier, the team with the orange and green U.
All right, man. Getting me sidetracked. Let's get back to Matt Ryan here, man. Is Matt Ryan going to finally be the solution to end the older quarterback The last couple of years in Atlanta were it didn't quite go. It never really quite it never really. Julio was kind of hurt for the year before last, and then last year with really starting off good there, and then him kind of leaving, and the division and the talent around him, and it never really quite. Arthur Smith, he ran some plays. He was a first-year coach, and it never really. It was time to go. So I guess it was time for me to change.
It was time. No, it was definitely time.
Now he goes to Indy.
Man.
He goes to Indy, and Jonathan Taylor's an MVP candidate, right? Probably coming into this season, right? Darius Leonard, one of the top 5 linebackers, inside linebackers in the league, probably, right?
Yep.
So, is it time for this team to stop underachieving and try to make a serious run here in the AFC? Will this be enough for that, or is it just too stacked up against them?
It'll be an upgrade. I think this is an upgrade for the coach to have Matt Ryan. I think Atlanta was wasting him, dude. Like the last few years, like they damn near blew that roster up, dude. Like Julio Jones, he got sent out. Calvin Ridley is literally out for this upcoming season. It's like, why the hell not send him somewhere else? And plus, in regards to Atlanta, they played themselves. They really played themselves in a bad way with the Deshaun Watson thing, because it's like, man, if you couldn't confirm that you was gonna get him, you might not have wanted to told Matt Ryan that you was probably gonna look elsewhere. I wouldn't have told Matt Ryan nothing. Like
all the teams,
unless I would have made sure I knew he was coming, I wouldn't have said a damn thing to Matt Ryan until after we knew we had him. I'm just being honest.
Like all the teams that serenaded him lost their quarterback. Like the Browns.
Exactly. Yep.
The Browns, Baker Mayfield already put out his Instagram post where I'm gonna be gone anyway. Then it ended up the next day after we talked about that. The hell happened that late on that Monday, the Browns came and just emerged and he changed his mind and wanted to go to Cleveland. Now, hey, the Falcons and the Saints, the Falcons have lost Matt Ryan to that because he's like, hey, he must not want me here. Go and get rid of me. Exactly. He found another place in Indianapolis. And Jameis Winston going back to the Saints. I don't know if Jameis had the same kind of, leverage. I want to be bogus like that with the knee, with ACL and trying to come back. I don't know what the market really was out there for Jameis Winston. Feels like right now Seattle is maybe the only spot. I don't know if they want to start off the season with Drew Lock. I don't know if they got something planned for the draft. I don't know if they want to start with Geno Smith. So that's the only other spot that you feel like Baker Mayfield in this musical game of quarterbacks would end up in. Jimmy Garoppolo, we keep thinking it's going to be a trade. Hasn't happened yet.
Happening. Yeah, it ain't happening.
They want to just stick with Jimmy G and Trey Lance and have that going on.
I think the NFC Championship game was enough to get Jimmy G another year, man. They'll probably go to Trey Lance or something. If Jimmy G have a few bad INT games, I think we'll see them go to Trey Lance. But I think he's pretty set. In regards to Matt Ryan, hey, by the way, shout out to the Jaguars, man. They ain't do too much right last season, but they found a way to blow the Colts up. So shout out to the Jaguars for that, man. And but with Matt Ryan, man, I mean, this is a good look for Indianapolis. It's an upgraded quarterback. With some young receivers, because they got the kid Pittman.
Pittman.
I like Pittman, man. He's really good. Along with Taylor. They use him more of a slot receiver, but I like him anyway. And then along with Taylor,
Paris Campbell, can he stay healthy?
Paris Campbell, yep. Ohio State.
Can he ever stay healthy?
Yeah. Yeah, man. He is always hurt.
Ali Cox is a tight end. Jack Doyle retired. Yeah,
Mo Ali Cox, yeah.
They don't have a first-round pick in this draft, so it's going to be interesting to see how they try to build their team coming up into this into the free agency period and into the draft.
The Colts don't have any superstar names. As good as Jonathan Taylor is, it's like, how many Jonathan Taylors can you find in the world, man? They don't really have any they don't have any superstar names, but there's a lot of really solid talent on that Colts team. So watch out for that. Hey, he might be a star though. Jonathan Taylor might be a star after this year, bro.
Hey Siri, how many Jonathan Taylors are there named in the world?
There are 5 million people named Jonathan Taylor.
They just gave me all the Wikipedia with Jonathan Taylor. There's 59,236 Jonathan Taylors residing in the world today. 32,000 of those are in the U.S. 4,000 of those are in the U.K.
Are the Colts taking the AFC South? Because I still don't see them passing the Titans yet.
Nah, I don't see it either. That was a good trade. I thought about the Titans to bring Robert Woods in there. Really good possession receiver. Add Brown. Ryan Tannehill. He can win the division and be good enough to win the division. He's going to have to somehow take that step up in the playoffs. But I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to snatch up a quarterback one of these days of the draft that they think they can develop in the future?
Yeah, like I said, Titans. I got the Titans winning the South. Good pickup for Indianapolis. Makes them a little bit more interesting. Makes the AFC South a little bit more interesting at the top. But it's a 2-team race between them and the Colts, them and the Titans. I'm going with Tennessee.
If they can't win the South, the AFC wild card gonna be hella hard.
Man, yeah. Like seriously, East and South, man. If y'all don't win that division, bro, I mean, you can forget it. Like you pretty much can forget it, man.
You just gonna have to raise your level. I mean, think about it. Buffalo win the East, then you have Miami fighting with whoever don't win the West, whoever don't win the North. I mean, if Baltimore does win the North, you might be having Cincinnati fighting for another wild card. I mean, remember, ain't nothing wrong with being a wild card playing that first weekend. You can pull it.
Hey, 9-8 might have you watching the playoffs next year, so you might want to try to shoot for 12 wins in the AFC.
Or is it one of those things? Or you know, it might have one of them things where they just beat up on each other and they don't really.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
The super high record. I mean, I had somebody be 11-5 or 11-6 might be the 1 seed, 2 seed. They might just beat up on each other, had 10s and 9s. I mean, it's gonna be some dog fights in them games, man.
I'm looking forward to it, man. The AFC looks really good this year.
Mm-hmm. Well, I believe we're at the point where you go to what's in your cup. And what's in everybody's cup this morning, right? The damn
Will Smith and Chris Rock. Yeah, Will Smith and Chris Rock.
It's in everybody's damn cup. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a wife. You have a significant other. There's comedians in the world. Comedians crack jokes.
They do.
I remember going to Riddles a long time ago. My friend.
I'm a troll. Sometimes.
Yeah. My guy was with me, and the comedian said, "Anybody here got a job or whatever?" My friend raised his hand like, "Yeah, I'm married. I'm a husband." I said, "I ain't no job. It's a jail sentence." Yeah, so he didn't get up and smack the guy though. He just laughed. So
because that's not as personal. But that's not as personal to me.
So now everything is coming out now about the. I didn't know she had now the alopecia thing. I never knew Jada Pinkett had alopecia. Did you know that before last night?
That's been out there. That's been out there for a minute.
I didn't know that before last night. You say it's been out there. So Chris Rock, if he knows that she has alopecia, it's the G.I. Jane joke out of bounds.
Let me say this about
for a slap.
Let me say this about the alopecia thing. It's been out there, but not in your in the public eye where it could slip to the back of your mind and you not remember or not seen it.
All right. So I didn't know. Like, I didn't know.
See, but that's my point. You don't know because it's been out so long that it's one of those things that if you didn't see when it happened, you probably forgot about it. And that was years ago. That was pre-pandemic when she came out with that.
So almost like whose side are you know? I've been just looking at social media, the buzz that this is getting. Everybody telling Will Smith, yeah, right on. You defending your wife, nobody take that. And then I had the public, he got fed up, he got tired of everybody messing with him about this. Red talk. But he ain't did nothing since then. You know, if it was a white comedian, he wouldn't have did it. Just a lot of varying opinions on it. So
I mean, you know, that's what things like this typically do. It creates people trying to take I'm taking the moral high ground. Like I saw Judd Apatow. He was like he could have killed him. I'm like, get out of here, dude. He didn't hit him that damn hard. He could. He didn't hit him that hard, but I get his point in the sense that like that could create something bigger. Here's what I'm gonna say. Here's how I feel about it. Because that's all I can do is tell you what I think. Here's how I feel. You have freedom of speech. You have the freedom to say what you want. I got the freedom to react to it. If you call me a bitch to my face and I don't like it, I'm free to react how I want. I don't think that gives me the right to hit you. I don't condone violence. But I'm just saying, be aware of what you're saying to people when you're saying it to them. I think social media has created this world where it's like people can say what they want and there's no consequence. But what happens when that person you talking that shit to is in front of your face? What happens?
You get the greatest moment on TV history. That's
you get that. You probably end up getting slapped. That's all I'm saying. And it's like it's a lot of moral high ground. I mean, it's like it was a joke. The thing that like hurts Will was he was laughing too. Like he was laughing too. I think.
I think he was sort of laughing until Jada gave him the little.
Right. Jada never like the thing about Jada, like instantly she was like she roll high, she hit him with like the A1 eye roll instantly, like you know what I'm saying. But you know the thing that hurts Will is that he laughed. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you talk about my family, hey, dude, I'm trying to protect my family. It's simple as that. I don't condone the violence, but I'm just saying, I think people have forgotten, like, yes, you have freedom of speech, but people have the freedom to react to it how they want. So, yes, you're a comedian. Yes, it's a joke. But also, everybody, just because you joking, don't mean the person you joking about is joking with you. They don't think mean they playing with you, dog. So I'm just saying, it's one of them situations where it's like you got a lot of people trying to take the moral high ground, but I don't think any of us can really speak on that because we ain't Will Smith, dog. We ain't Will Smith. We ain't in his shoes, man. We ain't Will Smith. We ain't been dealing with all the people making memes about your pain for the last 2 years. And now somebody making jokes about your wife, even though it had nothing to do with the entanglements and all of that. But what I'm trying to say is, as a person, that builds up within you for a while. I can understand it building up within him for the last 2 years. That's all I'm saying.
So, like, if they would have had the Oscars 2 years ago, does he slap Chris Rock?
If he had the
Like
Oscars 2 years ago,
before all this August Alsina and entanglement,
yeah, I was about to say I don't think that would. Yeah, I don't think that would have happened 2 years ago. Like before the entanglement stuff, I don't think that would have happened.
Okay.
But also, I also think it might have more to do with the role he played, because I still feel like he in that King Richard role. He even referenced that in his speech. He's talking about, man, I'm here to protect my family, and you know, as playing Richard, I got to protect the girls that he was, you know, the people that played Venus and Serena. So I think some of that was kind of like character, like some of that might have been character coming out, but also
that's why it was so shocking. It was almost so shocking. That's why people was this scripted? They knew this was going to happen.
No, that wasn't scripted. I knew it went scripted because I had to go. It was literally to slap her around the world because I had to go to like the Australia website to figure that one out. To see the video, man.
Like see the actual slap.
To see the actual incident. Right? It was like
I think I saw a Japanese video myself.
Right,
I had to
Japan and Australia. I had to.
But they had it like this, and they had to like turn it and boomerang it and all this shit. I mean, this is wild, man. Research this shit.
Hey, like I said, man, you got the freedom of speech. Like I don't think it was worthy of. I don't condone violence. I don't think it was worth hitting them. But I also think sometimes we forget, like, they're people too, man. Like, just because it's a joke to you, that ain't no damn joke to me, dog. She got alopecia. That's my wife. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to
I think that's removed sometimes.
Shout out to our good guy Will Clark from the Meat Market. He put it on Facebook. He said, "Chris Rock know like I know. He'll have a comedy special out this about a week."
Right?
You know I got my ass slapped by Will Smith, right?
Hey,
got to capitalize on that. Capitalize on that.
Chris Rock's reaction to me was funny because he's like, "Uh-oh." He's
like,
"Oh." Yeah. And he was like, "Wow, Will Smith just slapped shit out of me." And then he was like,
"It's the greatest moment in television."
After he said that, you could tell he was rattled. He was like, "Well, greatest moment in television." Like, nah, dude. He didn't know how to react to that.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
He didn't know how to react to that, man. You could tell he wanted to slap him back, but you know, good job. Hey, I give Chris Rock credit for being a pro, but also I think you got to remember, be careful. Just be careful what you say, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't condone violence. I'm just saying, be careful, like what you say about people. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. Because in this world, because think about it like this. In this world where it seems like everybody trying to take the moral high ground, everybody is holier than thou. If a comedian make a bad joke about somebody, what they say, cancel him, right? He should be canceled, right? He should. No, I'm saying he should be canceled. But I'm saying, like, if that, like, take Chris Rock and Will Smith out of this altogether. If this was any comedian and he said something that was offensive about somebody with alopecia, we would probably be trying to cancel that comedian, right?
Yeah, if he knew about it, if he had the prior knowledge.
Yeah. But I mean, even still, that's just it. You don't know about like what's going on in everybody's lives, man. And I know I get it.
And I mean, it wasn't trying to make it like a super offended joke. She had on green, her hair was low. That's what. Yeah. And she would. I don't know if he would have even made the same joke if she would have had on some red or yellow. It almost sounded like a freestyle joke. You know what I'm saying? Like you just had to come up with some. Oh, G.I. Jane too, huh? Okay.
Good looking G.I. Jane too, Jada. He's like, and Chris like, oh, come on, that was a good one. He's like, oh, come on, that was a good one.
Hey, Demi Moore looked nice with the low haircut in the movie. Everybody, I guess she didn't look at it as the same type of compliment.
Hey man, everybody, you can't tell people how to react. That's all I'm gonna say. That
Yeah,
you can't tell people how to react. That's how I feel about that.
Hey man, I live in Chicago.
Yeah, I do too. And I done seen people get hands put on them for way less than that. So that's why when I saw that, I was like, that's why when I see all this stuff on Twitter, I'm like, it's funny to see a lot of y'all take the moral high ground because it's like, dude, in real life, like I don't know how some of y'all would exist, like how some of y'all would live.
I was actually not too far. I was actually not too far from your house, so that was on 95th and King Drive, and I was driving, and I looked over. I don't know if you ever saw the guy his panhandling over there. I don't know how his leg situation. I don't know if he handicapped, but he was like sitting in front of the bus.
Talking about by the E-way, by the terminal, the bus
this
terminal.
This is on 95th. I don't know if he'd be down that far. He was actually on King Drive yesterday. Gray-haired gentleman. Sitting in front of a bus. And it was like the bus driver had got out of his bus and was moving him from in front of his bus. So I went to go make the drop off where I had to make it at. It was on some dashing. And I busted a U-turn and had to still go back that other way. And I went back past. So that I go back past and the man is sitting. The bus driver had moved and got on around him. He was sitting in traffic. So I started driving like, damn, why this purple car in front of me slowing down? He had set back. He was just sitting in traffic. I don't know why. You never know what you're going to see in Chicago. You just never really know.
You never know.
Like the bus driver put hands on that man. That man could have just said, oh, he paralyzed me and sued him. It's all kind of crazy things
exactly
going on.
Hey,
also, what's in?
I like he didn't press charges though. I like that he didn't press.
Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Because a lot of times you'll see a comedian make a joke, then get checked, and it's like, oh my god, I can't believe somebody would do this. It's like I'm glad Chris Rock.
Chris Rock going to Netflix.
I'm glad he didn't press
charges. Wrote 10,000 jokes about Will Smith, and name his next comedy special Will Smith, the slap. Was my Jada joke too off base? You know how many people I've talked about and never got slapped?
I went to the Oscars and got slapped.
And I not only got slapped, I got slapped by the winner for the best actor that year.
And then he won the award. Nah, that's the craziest.
He slapped me. He won, and I didn't press charges. So he won 3 ways.
3 ways.
He gonna be going off. Man, the comedy special gonna be great. Let us write the jokes. We'll do it.
I'd like to know more about the Will Smith Chris Rock relationship because I know Chris Rock was on an episode of The Fresh Prince one time where he had he was like, matter of fact, he played his own sister and he was like dating Will. Will had to take him out and all of that. He had to take Chris Rock's sister out and it was Chris Rock playing his sister. So
I want to see Chris Rock go on that red table talk now.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people keep saying.
Everybody talk about it. Yeah, your husband slapped me. He didn't slap August, but he slapped me.
How you feel about oh, that's tough. Don't do that.
That's because I definitely had a joke I couldn't say.
People on social media keep saying that. Like he didn't have that same energy for August. Like people keep saying that. And it's like that's probably why he slapped Chris Rock. That right there is probably contributing to it.
I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say. Why we going live because that will get canceled. That's why the joke was gonna be that wicked. The joke I had was gonna be that wicked. It was on the tip of my tongue. You will still be laughing and like, dog. We'd have done been off YouTube.
I'm good, man.
You done been off YouTube. What I had.
Hey, don't hit people. Don't hit people, but also still be respectful even with your words.
Exactly. Also, what's in your cup? Tom Brady. And the reason he's in.
How the GOAT getting what's in your cup?
Easily, because Peyton Manning has a point. He says he wants all this stuff back. He said he gave up this speech talking about retirement, this, that, and other. He sent him a bottle of wine, and he wants it back. So why would I send you? I sent you a bottle of wine because you retired. Your retirement didn't even make it to free agency. Give my shit back. Run me my shit. Hey, run me my vintage back. Run me that back.
Somebody said Tom Brady spent 2 weeks with his family and was like, "Nah, I got to get back on the field." I was like, damn.
Kids waking me up all the time now. I can't even exercise and don't get up. That's the off season, dog. I got to do this all the time in July too. Nah, man, I'm gonna be doing this all the time.
I think he realized, like, damn.
Daddy life.
I got to take him to school too, don't I?
I got to go to recitals. I got to pick him up from school. Probably carpool. Probably got to take like 4 kids to school. It's your turn this week, Daddy. What? Don't get to pick up shit. What? He like,
He
nah,
said he
dog.
spent 2 weeks
Yeah,
with his family and was like, nah, I'd rather keep
yeah.
getting hit by dudes twice
So
my
yeah,
size.
yeah. So shout out to Peyton Manning for putting him in what's in your cup, man. Yeah,
Bro.
run me my retirement gifts. You know, you retire from your job and they give you a gold watch or something. And you be like, you know what? I ain't retiring. Nah, you know what? I'm not retiring. Yeah. Run that.
Then, homie. Run that
Hey,
rollie back, homie.
hey. You remember that episode on Sanford and Son when Lamont was supposed to get married and he ain't get married and they was at the after party and he started thinking, hey, since you ain't married, you gonna use that toaster? No, I did spend $20 on that sheet set. And they started taking everything off the table. That's how Peyton Manning came at Tom Brady. Bring me that wine.
Hey, shout out to Jalen. Shout out to Jalen Ramsey too, because I don't know if you saw his tweet when he found out Tom Brady was coming back. He was like, "Thank God, at least throw that final TD on somebody else, bro."
Man, I don't look good, man.
Somebody else, bro.
Hit me up for a bomb in a playoff game, bro. That's tough.
I know, right?
Yeah. That's supposed to be like the best cornerback ever. This, that, and the third. And you hit me up for a bomb. Who all in the chat? Is anybody in the chat?
Not today, man. Not few
today.
People tuned in, but no presents were felt today. Hey, what's in your cup? What's in your cup goes to social media because, man, I know they going crazy over this Will and Chris Rock thing, man. A lot of people taking the moral high ground. A lot of people talking out both sides of their mouth about, it's just I disagree with you. You disagree with me. Hey, it's like, hey, man, just agree to disagree, bro.
Agree to disagree.
Hey, I don't condone violence, but be respectful of what you say. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all you're gonna say, man.
That's all I'm saying about. That's how I feel about that. Hey, you don't always have to hit somebody, but hey, be respectful.
But you understand if it has to happen.
You understand if it has to happen. That's why with the Will stuff. That's why I ain't said nothing about it on social media because I knew he was gonna talk about it. Hey, he was if he want to say he was defending his wife. Hey, I get it. Wouldn't have been my course of action. But hey, I understand. I'm from Chicago too. I've seen people get hands put on them for less. That's all I'm saying.
You from Roseland, so you definitely
I've seen people get hands put on them for less, dog. So
that's all I'm saying. Hey,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Guess that about sums it up right there.
Because that's justifiable. He talking about that man's family. If you ask me, that's justifiable.
Mm-hmm.
But
wife,
keep your hands to yourself. Yeah, it's my wife, dog.
Keep your hands to yourself. I'm a comedian. What you want me to do?
Not talk about my wife like he told him. He told him twice.
Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth.
Like he told him twice. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought Will was joking until the second time he said it. Because he was tearing up. Even after he slapped him when he was walking back, he still was kind of smiling a little bit. I don't know if you peeped that. Like he smacked him, he's walking back. And then the first time he said it, I was like, okay, maybe this is a skit. Then the second time, I was like, no, that's serious, Will. That's serious, Will. That's why he don't want me, Will. That was.
Oh, come on. That
was why he don't want me, Will. That's that with serious Will face, bro. And I'm a major fan of both. I've been a major fan of Will Smith my whole life. I know when he do that, he ain't playing with you. He ain't playing with you.
He lucky. He just lucky Chris Rock. He just lucky Chris Rock can get an MC Gusto CB3 mode and do something back to him. CB4, whatever. You just lucky.
You know what? Somebody said that. Somebody did say that. That's why Will and this is where I agree here against Will. Don't put your hands on nobody because Chris Rock from Brooklyn. Apparently, he from Brooklyn. So if that turns into a fight, that's the story of it. It's gonna be two black dudes fighting at the Oscars.
We don't know how to act no damn well. Two millionaires.
As opposed to Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. So I do see the other side of that argument. But as it is being how I feel about it, hey, watch your words, and I'll keep my hands to myself. Not to say I condone violence, but watch your words because everybody don't think like me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Something else, man. Something else.
It's craziness.
All right, man. Wraps up another week. What's up?
What was your initial reaction to the slap? Because mine was damn.
My initial reaction was like,
damn.
It was damn, but it was so shocking. It was like, man, are they for real? You had to keep looking
yeah.
Is this for real?
I thought it was scripted until I heard, like I said, I thought it was scripted to the second time. He said, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. When Will do that's serious Will. When he got that sad dog look, that's serious Will, man. When Will got that serious sad dog, he mad. He do, man. I know Will's faces, man. I've been watching that man for years. I know his faces.
Sad dog. Look,
He get that. He
that's
ready.
when he was
He
mad.
serious. He mad.
That's when you keep my wife's name out your effing mouth.
Exactly.
All right, man. We know not to say nothing because hey, if he slap me, I'm just gonna sue. I'm gonna fall out. I'm gonna be in the neck brace.
I'm gonna
I'm
sue.
getting that. I'm gonna get that 3.28 billion because I'm still having nightmares about this. I can't even. If people clap, I can't even watch sports no more. I'm a broadcaster and I can't watch sports. Every time somebody clap, I think that's 1,000 slaps. I jump. I can't. Man, I'm getting all that mental cruelty and everything that comes with that physical and all that. I might have to say her name when the show for the slap. Think he'd fly to Chicago?
No.
What the hell, Joe Gregory said? Joseph Gregory said.
I don't know, bro.
Turning the Hancock wheel or something, get the carjacking cabs, whatever. Man, what Joseph Gregory said? Drive all the way backwards to my crib, backwards or something. Now Lakeshore Drive.
He said, "Where Joseph Gregory stay at?"
All right, man. Y'all be easy, man. If everybody joined the show, man, thank you for tuning in. For Chris Rouse, I'm Joseph Gregory. I don't know how the schedule's gonna work out for this week, man. We'll see.
I'm off Thursday, so that's up to y'all, man. Whatever y'all want to do.
But whatever we want to do, we'll let you know. But we out of here. Thank you for tuning in on another episode of Joe with Joe. Peace.